Okay, in this video, I'm going to talk about how we're going to set up our conversion settings for an SC call funnel and for our 2K funnel. So let's begin with the 2K funnel. So our funnel is going to look just like this. We're going to have the ad, opt-in, thank you page, and then we're going to have the webinar room, and then we're going to have the checkout page. Now, there's a lot of advanced tracking we can do for this. That involves the webinar room. I'm not really going to focus on the webinar room. It's not particularly important. And when we first start up our ads, we're going to be optimizing around the opt-in and not the checkout sale, because we're not going to have enough data down here for that. And there's also going to be another page right here after the checkout, which is going to be the thank you page, which is where we'll do conversion tracking at. So I want to talk about how we're going to go and track all this. So you're going to come over here to Adwords, and you're going to come to Tools and Settings. You're then going to go to Audience Manager. And then you're going to go to Audience Sources. So go from Audience List to Audience Sources. You're going to see this Google Ad tag right here. You're going to either add the source or click Edit Source. I have it already set up, so I'm just going to click Edit Source. Now, what you're going to need to do first is we're going to go and just set it to remarketing the base stats, and you're going to install this tag. You're going to take this and put it in the header of every single one of these pages. Okay, put it in the header, put it in the header, put this in the header, put in the header, put in the header. So I'm assuming that you're probably going to be using ClickFunnels for your opt-in. So let's go through on how to install this throughout each part of the funnel. So I know this is this is not a 2K funnel right here, but it's the same exact thing. So what you're going to do is you're going to click Edit Your Page in ClickFunnels. And this is very basic, so I assume most people watching this know how to do this, but you're just going to go up here to Settings, you're going to go to Tracking Code, and you're going to place this code right here. All right, so this is going to track everybody that comes to this page and allow us to set up retargeting audiences and all this stuff like that. So that's what this tag is going to do. And then what you're going to do is we're going to put this on the Ever Webinar thank you page as well. However, we're going to do something slightly different because we're going to put a Google Ads conversion pixel here. Now, I don't know what your checkout page is going to be coded in, but whatever the checkout or closing pages are in, all those closing pages that I sent you in the funnel, the replay page, every other page, this code needs to be in the header of all those pages right there. You just want to have it in the header. Okay? You want to have it in the header of those pages. Now, the next thing we need to do is set up actual conversion tracking. So we're going to go to Measurement by clicking Tools and Setting, go to Conversions. Now, we're going to set up two types of conversions. The first one we're going to create is going to be an opt-in conversion. So go to Create New by clicking this plus button right here. Go to Website. And we're going to create a new lead, name it 2K opt-in or whatever you want to name it. And then do not assign a value for this. Set the count to 1. Be very sure that you do this, and set the conversion window. You can use 30 days, 1 week. I use 30 days right there because it's kind of irrelevant. Okay, so this is all going to be just fine and dandy right here. Set this up right here and include it in conversions. All right, so then you're going to hit Create and Continue. Now we'll create that. And so what that's going to do is it's going to give you an opt-in right here. And so what you want to do is for this, you're going to go and install this code on the thank you page in Ever Webinar or whatever webinar system you are committed to using. You're just going to go to My Webinars. You're going to go to Edit. You're going to go to Integrations. You're going to go to Third-Party Tracking. You want to put this on the thank you page. You're going to grab this code and then go, as soon as you paste that code, grab this code right underneath it. So you're going to paste both of these codes. I don't know why they split it up, but it's so goofy. But you're going to paste this code first, and you're going to paste this code right underneath it. That's going to set it to fire when someone opts in. We're then going to go do the same exact thing with our actual sales. We're going to go, again, website, but this time you're going to set it to purchase. You're going to name this purchase, whatever you want to name it. Use the same value for each conversion, and in my case, I set it to 2,000. All right, I like to set it to the one payment plan, because the one payment plan in conversions for HCOM is $2,000, and that's also about what we make per person that signs up for a payment plan. Okay, so because we have $3,000 payment plans, so usually we're going to get about like $2,200, $2,300. So it's pretty over under accurate for us. Set the conversion window to 30 days, 1 day, last click, and this is usually just for GWiz tracking. Google's not going to track this very correctly, and that's why you need to watch the how to set up proper tracking video. Okay, we're going to take this and we're going to do the same exact setup that we just did with that last conversion pixel, but we're going to put it on our checkout thank you page. So whatever page they see immediately after checkout. So when they're logging into your system, when they're jumping in, when they're the first page they see after Kajabi that is in the templates, you're going to put it right there in the header. Okay? So for example, on my thank you pages right here, when I go to my website, you want to be very careful. This is how you do it in Kajabi, but you might not be using Kajabi. You're going to go to the page that you have set to your thank you page. You're going to go to edit code. You're going to go to layout, or you're actually going to go to index.liquid, and you're going to post it right here in the head. Okay, so there's the first tag right there. Let's just imagine this is the purchase conversion pixel. And then we're going to grab the second tag right here. And post it right underneath. And so that's how that's going to be set up. And so this is going to fire whenever a sale comes in. And this is just general GWiz information. If you're using this to actually track your ads and make decisions, you're in for a world of hurt. But it's there. Now, for the SC funnel, we're going to do the same exact thing. We're going to have an ad, we're going to have an opt-in, and then we're going to have the thank you page, which is going to be the sales video, and then we're going to have a schedule page, then we're going to have a schedule thank you page, and then we'll have all the other pages in the funnel. Okay? But that's basically where it ends, once they schedule. So what we're going to want to do is we want to track the opt-in, okay, by doing the same exact thing we just did with the opt-in that we did for the 2K webinar. It's the same thing. We're going to go create an opt-in conversion and place it on our thank you page in the header. Now the other difference is the one thing you can track really decently, okay, like still off by 50%, but okay, is going to be calls. So you're going to create a conversion pixel for calls. Okay, you're going to create a conversion pixel for calls, and I usually like to set that to like $1 or something when I'm creating the conversion pixel. So I'll set it to like a $1 conversion, so I can separate the conversions easier. And so in AdWords, I don't track the sales call sales because you have people closing it on the phone. You're not going to be able to track sales at all in AdWords. That's why you really need high-res tracking set up on that, but we'll talk about that in a second. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to consider a call $1. Okay, so I just go into the system when I'm creating this, and when I'm setting up the tag, what I do when I go look at the settings is I put the value to $1. So when the conversions come in, I'll be looking at an ad, and so I'll see like, okay, cool, so what's the conversion value for the day? And I'll see $10, that means I got 10 calls from this ad in a day. Okay. But honestly, I only really look at opt-ins when I'm tracking the SC webinar in Facebook and in AdWords. Eventually you want to start optimizing for the call, but it's really hard to do at the beginning. So we're going to be optimizing around opt-ins. Okay, so we're really just going to be looking at opt-ins. That's going to be the key right there. So again, that conversion pixel is going to go on the thank you page, and we're going to put a $1 conversion on the thank you call page. So on the thank you page, the opt-in, a basic no value conversion, and then on the actual thank you page for the sales call booking, we're going to put another $1 conversion, and we're going to put that basic ad tag on every single page in the funnel. Okay? And so we can use that to create audiences and whatnot. It's just good to have that tracking set up in general. So this is how we're going to set up the conversion pixels and the basic tag pixels. This should be everything you need to do when it comes to this. We'll talk about building retargeting audiences and all that fancy stuff a little bit later on.